Okay, so I'm studying here in Masechet Gittin 61a, and it talks about Am Haaretz and a Chever. So basically, it says here a woman may lend to her friend who is suspected of violating the laws of Shevi'is. This means that she they took produce that is forbidden and is still handling it, and basically uh, these are these are talking about harmony, like when a person lend even though she's suspected of violating. This is all for harmony, which is darkei shalom, and it talks about more about the chever may lend to the wife of an am haaretz, a sifter, a nasiv, and she may support and grind the sift together with her. But once the wife of an am of the am haaretz adds water to the flour, the wife of the chever may not help her. So what does this mean? An am haaretz is a person that they do the laws of Torah, but they're not so super observant. They're not meticulous. Where the wife of the Chever is more observant, more careful of these things, and it goes on and it talks about how um, it says here, Rava said here in the second case of the Mishnah, it refers to Am Haaretz as defined by Ar Mer. Ar Mer defines an Am Haaretz as someone who is suspected of eating chulin, food, even if it's in the state of tuma, but is known to tithe his produce. So basically, the chever, the wife of the chever, can help out even uh, with the dry parts of the food. But once water is added, then it becomes there's a chance of being tameh. But there's no prohibition that you're not allowed to eat chulin that's tameh. But this is for the more meticulous person. The person says, okay, there's a chance of being impure through all this. I'm not going to participate in this with you adding water. So this all of this, I may not even be explaining this well, but this is for my own learning to go back and review. But it reminded me of a part in where Shaul says in the Brit Hadashah in Romans chapter 14, it talks about him that is weak in faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputation. So he goes in to talk about a person that's accustomed to only eat herbs, is a vegetarian, and you eat meat. But this reminds me of the topic of Darkei Shalom, where it's about harmony. So don't pressure yourself of your observance on another person that is not at that level. But what's interesting is Paul goes on here and he says, I know and am pursued by the Lord Yeshua that there is nothing unclean of itself, but to him that esteem anything to be unclean, to him it's unclean. So even with the Am Haaretz, with putting water into the chulin, the dough, making the dough, they're not really concerned about the cleanliness or unclean, but to the wife of the hever, the person that is more observant, this is unclean or doesn't want to take the risk of becoming tame. And so here I just thought of the Paul's words, and it sounds like Paul is really discussing halakha here, and maybe not the same exact themes, but let me know what you think. For those that have studied halakha and Talmud, let me know what you think of my comparison, and feel free to even correct or add to what I'm saying here. Shalom.